Jadi ini salah satu alternatifnya dengan masalah konkurensi ini adalah dia menggunakan mekanisme produser dan konsumer. Ini saya bahasa Indonesia aja ya. Nanti kalau ada yang minta bahasa Inggris atau saya tetap bahasa Inggris. Ya, saya tetap bahasa Inggris saja. This is another way to address the concurrency problem. That is using producer and consumer method approach. This is the general layout. One or more producers create data and then store it in a buffer. And then on the other hand, a single consumer, takes an item out of the buffer one at a time. Only one producer and one consumer are allowed to access the buffer at the same time, at a time. The problem, we need to make sure that the producer cannot add a new data to the buffer, to the full buffer, and the consumer cannot delete a data from an empty buffer. This is the function. Consider a buffer, unlimited buffer B with using an array, a linear array. So the producer here, well, true, then it will create item fee here in this part, and then it will put the item fee in the new index of B buffer. On the other hand, the consumer, well, true, it will check whether in is less than out. If it is less than out, that means that the buffer is empty, do nothing. If not, then it will take the item at the location of B out from the buffer and then put it in W, and then increase the out here. After that, consume item W. So basically here, the buffer here is running. The element is running. The producer create this one, and then 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 create this one. Whereas the consumer consume again and again and again and again and again. So the shaded area indicates portion of the buffer that is occupied. This one is occupied. Because this one is already on the left hand side of the out, it has been consumed. It has been consumed. So this is the wrong approach of the implementation of consumer and buffer. This is why this is wrong, the wrong solution. Why? Because when this solution is run, this is the possible error that can happen. So here from the producer, it executes same weight B S now is 0, N is 0, delay is 0. And then N is increased, N is 1. If N equals to 1, then signal B delay. Delay is 1. And then same signal B. Now, because same signal B, S now is 1. Here from the consumer, same with B delay, delay is now 0. And then same with BS, S now is 0. And then now N minus minus, N becomes 0. Same signals B, S. Now S becomes 1. Here, same weight B, now it is 0. N plus plus, N is 1. If N is equals to 1, same signal B delay. Delay is 1 now. Same signals S, now it is 1. And then here the consumer, if N equals to 0, same with B delay. Because N is not 0, then this one is still 1. Same with BS is 0, N minus minus, now it is 0. Same signal BS, S is 1 now. If N equals to 0, then same with B delay. Delay now is 0. Same with BS, S now is 0. And then N minus minus again. Now N is minus 1, which is impossible. because it goes beyond the buffer boundary. Okay, so this one is incorrect. This is the correct one. Yeah. I need to mention that I will not ask you in the exam the details of the implementation here, the logic and then the algorithm. What I need to know that you know there are several approaches to work to do to solve the problem of concurrency. So and that's it. And in general you can explain them. But then I will ask you the details of the algorithm. Jadi di sini saya tidak akan menanyakan detail algoritma di ujian. Yang saya tanyakan adalah ya apa konkurensi, masalahnya apa, kemudian metode-metode pemecahannya itu apa saja secara general. Saya tidak akan detail tanya logika dan algoritmanya. Itu yang perlu dianu. Terus ini kalau buffernya terbatas, if the buffer is limited, then producer insert in full buffer di block. Consumer remove from empty buffer juga di block. Di unblock kalau consumer item inserted. Kalau producer item remove itu tidak di block. Nih contohnya. Terus ini fungsi-fungsinya dalam bounded buffer. Dia modelnya kalau bounded buffer, while-nya sekarang begini. If while in plus 1 modulus n equals to out, then it is full, do nothing. If while in equals out, then the buffer is empty, do nothing. And then here after v is created and then put into the buffer, then in is in plus 1% n. So it will go circling here. It will what is being produced by the producer will be put here until n, the maximum, and then it will go back to 1 again, and then 2 and so on and so forth. So because it is circular, it needs to be modulus by n, so that it can go back to the first element. So I will skip this. And then another solution is by using monitor. Monitor is a programming language concept that provide a function that is the same as the semaphore, and it is easier to be controlled. It is implemented in a number of programming languages, including Concurrent Pascal, Pascal Plus, and then Modulia 2, Modulia 3, and Java. This is the main characteristic. The local data variable can only be accessed by the monitor. And then process enters monitor by running one of monitor's procedures. Only one process can be can run in a monitor at a time. Synchronization can be achieved by using a variable, branching variable inside the monitor, and it can only be accessed by the monitor itself. So here, the monitor functions. The first is cwait with one argument c. This one will suspend the execution of the process calling on the C condition. And then C signal C, it will resume the execution for the processes that are blocked after C waits being executed previously. Now, this is the structure of the monitor. Here, the queue preparing to enter the monitor. This is the entrance. Here, the monitor has a local data, and it will do the cwait based on the condition CL here using this in here. So this one is monitor waiting area, and then this one is condition variable. So If there is processes coming to access something, some local data or some procedure, it will be monitored by it will be what controlled by the monitor. So inside, when they want to execute the first procedure here, they will need to be put in the queue here. Everything will be handled by the monitor. For every single procedure, there will be a queue. And everything again will be controlled by the monitor here. So, and then this is the algorithm here, appending and then taking. And then this is the solution using, I think this one is producer consumer still. This one is the monitor here. Now, process interaction. If processes interact one with another, there are two fundamental requirements. The first one is synchronization, and then the second one is communication. The message passing is one of the solution for the second requirement, message passing for the communication. And then for this one, it has the bonus feature that it work in shared memory and in the distributed system too. Message passing, the actual function normally provided in the form of the primitive couple. The first one is the send, and then destination, the message, and then receive, the source and the message. Now, the communication sometimes needs to be synchronized. The sender must send the data, the message, before the receiver can accept it. What will happen to the process after it runs the send or receive primitives? The sender and the receiver perhaps or perhaps not can be blocked because they wait for the message. So sender and the receiver will be blocked until the message is delivered. It is called as rendezvous. But saya nggak tahu. I don't know how to pronounce this. I think this one is French. So this one enable the tight synchronization between processes. Now, those one previously is the blocking send. There are also another variant that is called non-blocking send. This is more natural for the concurrent programming. It could be in the form of non-blocking send, but blocking receive. In this case, the sender keeps running, whereas the receiver is blocked until the requested message arrives. And then another variant is non-blocking send, non-blocking receive. No one needs to wait. Now, addressing. The sending, the process who is sending the message must be able to determine which process that will receive the message. So in this case, there are two alternatives here. The first is direct addressing, and the second one is indirect addressing. For the direct addressing, the send primitives attach an identifier for the destination process. And then the receive primitive can directly know which process is the one who is being as the target. The receive primitive can use the source parameter to return a value if the receive operations have been done. Now, the second variant is the indirect addressing. The message is sent to a shared data structure that can have this queue. Queue here is called as mailboxes. One process can send one message to mailbox and then another process retrieve the message from the same mailbox. Now, this one. Um, the variance of indirect communication process. This one is one-to-one. So sender sent to the mailbox. Mailbox is read by another receiver. This one many-to-one. The sender can be many. The receivers only one. One-to-many. The sender is one, but the receivers are many. Or many-to-many. The senders are many and the receivers are also many. This is the common message format. There will be header that contains message type, destination ID, source ID, message length, and control information. And then the body, that is the message contents itself. Now, we can use this to enable mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion using message. This is the algorithm. And then using producer consumer using the same mechanism. This one is create mailbox and then consume the mailbox here. And then another thing is using the readers and writers. That is a data area that are shared by many processes. Some processes only read the data, other processes only write the data area. So there are several things that needs to be maintained. Many readers can read the files at once. However, only one writer can write at one time. If one writer is writing to a file, then no reader cannot read that one file. So this is the three requirements for this solution to make sure that the solution works. So this is the implementation, and then we can also implement writers with priority. This one, and then using the message passing. Okay, so that's done for class 13.